Hi, it's Mary, Queen MLV. Talk to me Tuesday on Tuesday, July 27th, 2021. And it's an exciting day at our house because Henry and I went out. We went to the doctor, and we usually just go to, except for when we went to the island, we usually just go to my brother's house, so he doesn't get to get out much, and so he quite enjoyed that, and he's coming to tell you about it. Hello, Henry. Hello. I don't think we're supposed to scratch that chair. Okay. I worked on a lot of things this week. I'm still working on the Summer Games quilt along with for the Olympics. I'm still working on everything but my wedding quilt because I'm just in the middle of avoiding that, and for no reason. I don't know what's wrong with me. But I did make two things you haven't seen before. The first is and as usual, I'll just show you a picture of this afterwards because you're not going to be able to see it. This is a panel that I've had for, I think, years, and it's called Ruff Life, and RUFF, so of course it's dogs. And so let's start at the outside. These are, this is just, hello, Henry. Hey, say hi. Hi, look how big he is. Look how big he is. He's 4 months old and he's big. Grunge for the border, and then this was a layer cake. So I made a border of layer cakes. This is the broken dishes. It's a there are like 100 different kinds of broken dishes, but this one basically is, you take two layer cakes, you put them face to face, and you stitch around the edge 1/4 of an inch, and then you slice it like that, and then you stitch them back together. So it's like I don't know what it's called, but it's called broken dishes with a layer cake. So that's all around the outside border, and then there's this little border here, which of course is just for spacing to get my outside border to work. And then I've got my sashing, and then I've got my puppies, and they should be right side up in my little dignity. So I've got 8 of the puppies, and then in the middle I put more of that. So it's cute. I'll show you a picture right here. I did start another quilt that I'm not going to show you yet because it's kind of boring and nothing to show. I just had these 6 fabrics that I kind of have kept together. I thought they went together. They're nothing special. One of them's got butterflies on it, so it's prettier. I needed a bigger block for that, so I wasn't cutting up the butterflies. And so basically I'm making a quilt out of rectangles of these 6 fabrics, and somebody's climbing up my leg. Oh, you get so excited when I talk to people, huh? You get so excited. You need to calm down, mister. So, he's got that wild look in his eyes, man. He's a wildcat. Who's that? Who's that? That's Henry. I know you guys get bored. Oh, it's Henry. So it's just rectangles of these 6 fabrics, and so when I finish it, I'll show you, but I think I'm going to try to make up for its boringness with some fancy pants quilting or something. But the other one that I do want to show you is, you know, I've been doing this Block Base Plus quilt along, and we got to the end. Here's the deal. There were 8 blocks, and it was like every week and a half or something we got this new block, and each block was to introduce us to a feature of Block Base Plus. So it was kind of a learning experience, but the rules were design the block, pull the block out of Block Base, design it in Block Base. We never flipped back into EQ8. We did the whole thing in Block Base, and then sew the squares, and any size you want. So I knew that I was going to need a challenge to keep my attention, so I made all my blocks different sizes. So the 8 blocks go from 6 inches to 13 inches. So then we got the reveal which is now going to EQA, design a quilt, and it was a sampler quilt. Well, I've never done a sampler quilt, and my blocks were not, the designer's blocks were all 6 inches, and so my sampler quilt wasn't going to work with that. And so I had 8 blocks, and I've never made a sampler quilt until this week. And so here's my very first sampler quilt. So I'm not sure there's a top and bottom, but this is how I did it. It's kind of a wall hanging, and so those are my 8 blocks. I'll show you a picture again at the end because I can't show you these big things. But anyway, these are my sampler blocks. All batiks, and all on this cool white/gray swirly fabric. So I'm happy with it. Needs to be quilted, so I will add that to my stack, which is now about 50 quilts that need to be quilted, not counting the ones in the closet, because I only took 10 out of my closet a year ago, and they're not finished yet. So during July, I design 30 to 40 quilts a month, and during July, I kind of designed a lot more than that. So you've probably seen some of them on Facebook, but I'll show you the 2 that I did yesterday right here. So that's what I've been working on. Mostly just designing. So I'd love to see what you're working on this week. As I said, Henry and I went to the vet this morning, and when I got him a few weeks ago, he was 6.3 pounds, and now he's 8.74 pounds. So, yikes. The vet says to me, "How big was his dad? I'd really like to know how big his dad was." And I'm like, "I don't know, but I think big." So anyway, that's what we've been up to. Shop Hop is this week. Yes, this Thursday. Runs for 10 days, starting this Thursday and ending the next Saturday or Sunday. So I'll have a lot to report after that. I'm not going to be spending as much money as I did at Shop Hop as I did the last 2 years, because I was trying to support the local shops, but people are out and about again this year, so I am going to be spending less but looking more, and I will be reporting back on that. See you later.